say night. Probability light of what light that's in the night. Yes, night. These are writings from 1992. They started in 1992. I think they ended in 1992.
What is your name, bro?
I am Paul.Stringer.
This is the Paul.Stringer.
Yeah. And the cop did find out it was a cigarette in the Cleveland Comedy Club. It wasn't a joint like he thought. It was a cigarette in the Four Diamonds of Chaos City. Paranoid Pete, the cop, thought it was a joint.
Yeah. Paradise City, y'all. That's where all the good drugs are.
Music playing, music true. Another song. Oh, how I love this. And what was that? Music true? No, music playing.
Ah, music plays it. You a player?
We got it.
See?
Free, I'm free.
He's free.
City lights, my new home. Over the lake. Lights, my new home. Last home.
Give it to him, y'all.
Faith, word, truth, meditative silence, filled space.
Meditative silence. Like those claws that you just received from the minions.
Golden experience, friends, silence wild, of covenant, blindfold, see on through you.
This is Sam Phillips reporting for Liberation Brew. Sir, we just checked out some of your poetry. What's your name?
Paul.Stringer.
How long you been doing poetry?
Well, I've been doing poetry. I've been performing on comedy stages, sober since 1986, November 2nd, 1986, and I had a couple prelude acts before that, before I stopped drinking for good, but it's a recovery performance now from alcoholism, and I began on November 2nd, 1986 at comedy clubs. I staged what I call part one in the amateur status. I wrote a poem called Amateur Departure. It rhymes, and there's a little thing called that breaks the rhyme called sense. I must have felt it made sense where I was at, and I did get paid for professional status after I wrote that, and I performed professional status and made $30 as a professional. And I like to think I'm in part three now with some comedies I've done, as I continue to read poetry at these poetry readings. I want to do this life story of mine for the whole country and make them think and laugh at the same time. It is rather amusing how I do make my dollars. 10 years after my first conscious orgasm ever, a head from a hooker, I got my money back in SSI, and I wrote about it. And just recently, I saw the omen of my I wanted to talk to my father, and I wanted to call my girlfriend. They let me, I wanted to call my father at the restaurant. They told me to use the phone outside, and he was right there. And the song "Only the Beginning" was playing by Chicago, and I'm making a little bit more money now, and it's only the beginning.
You have a chapbook out, don't you?
A what?
A book with your poems?
I have three publications. Yes.
Where can people get a hold of these publications?
Well, the first publication I came out with in 1990 is at 6 Steps Down on West 25th Street. I think they still have some copies. I'm running out of copies. I'm coming out. I'm thinking about coming out with a fourth self-publication, and but I recently traded another publication of Meet Paul.Stringer for a flower, like I did 2 years ago in Canada, and I like how I sold home lyrics. Last year, I noted how I sold my books for $5 Canadian money and making it and that's not as valuable as the American dollar.
Right.
But I charged the same amount to make it like the United States of Earth, how we're all one like this.
Well, hey, thanks a lot, and I like your poems and all that, you know.
Okay.
And we're gonna go back and jam night. What's that?
Well, just what happened at the slot machine, my money ain't there. He gave me $1 tip for home lyrics and 6 toonies, which is 6 Canadian dollars.
Wow.
So the tip here is my money ain't coming. It's really coming from the books and the performance.
That's all right. You got a book out there, brother, out in the world.
Just keep doing this, and I love to perform, and I do hope the larger the audience, the better, and that's what I want.
Well, hey, God bless you, man,
Okay,
and keep
thanks.
on writing them poems.